today's trade. Tim, can we start with Oil Search? It's released its third quarter production results. Can you tell us what's driving it moving forward, and is it likely to reach guidance?
Well, the shutdown at an export facility actually saw the third quarter production drop 26% on the previous quarter, but they did manage to, they did say that they're going to keep full year guidance unchanged, and that's to be 6.2 to 6.7 million barrels of oil. The shutdown at the facility was due to a minor oil leak, though they didn't actually find the source of it, and the production is back online again. But the focus for Oil Search moving forward is the Papua New Guinea LNG project, where the major operations for Oil Search are, and this at the moment is on track for a 2014 startup, possible gas sales even from 2013. And this reserve over there is going to provide over its life something like 9 trillion cubic feet of gas alone, and then there'll be liquids on top of that. And it's also being managed with their joint venture partner, which is ExxonMobil, a global oil giant, very experienced in this kind of production. Exploration for Oil Search will also add growth moving forward. They've got exploration around Papua New Guinea as well, which could further expand this LNG gas fields. They've also got exploration through Kurdistan and Tunisia, through the Middle East, and with increased drilling around that'll be positive in the short term for Oil Search. But good growth has been seen for Oil Search. That's helped the share price perform quite strongly. It's up around 30% over the past year. That's a 20% outperformance of the broader index. And Oil Search, with a relatively strong balance sheet, continued progress towards this Papua New Guinea LNG project, should see a good growth in earnings moving forward.
Okay, let's move to the technical front now. We've got iron ore looking pretty strong at the moment. We saw a nice tick up there overnight. What are you making of Fortescue and Rio Tinto at these levels? Are they looking quite bullish on the charts to you?
Well, they are at the moment. We saw iron ore bounce up almost 2% overnight, back to above $117. And Fortescue has been has benefited in particular from this, seeing some short covering there. That was particularly sold off. But both Fortescue and Rio are looking quite bullish on the charts. If we have a look at Rio, recently it's broken through $58, which is a bit of a resistance level. The next resistance we're probably looking at for Rio would be around the $60 mark. But if we have a look at a chart of Rio at the moment, you can see here there's a little bit of a head and shoulders bottom chart platform that is developed on it. Basically, this chart platform pattern is three lows, where the center low is lower than the other two, and this indicates it's a reversal pattern, and it indicates a change in direction may be coming. To confirm this kind of pattern, basically it needs to break the neckline. The neckline here is this horizontal line at the top, and that's somewhere around $58. So it has broken that, but at the moment it's just hovering around that level, Rio. So with a significant breakthrough $58, this pattern will sort of have completed. The neckline of these patterns in a downtrend is often also in a downward pattern. This one here you can see is slightly upsloping, which means the momentum might be increasing for Rio moving forward as well. But for Fortescue as well, let's look particularly bullish over the past month or so. If we have a look at Fortescue here, you can see it's actually moved higher than its 50-day and 20-day moving averages, and the 20-day moving average has actually just moved above the longer-term average as well, which is quite a bullish signal. The trend is certainly upwards. Usually to draw a trend line on a chart, it takes 2 points with a third point to confirm, and over the past month or so, Fortescue has actually done that. So they're seeing quite a significant uptrend in there at the moment. It's broken the $4.20 resistance, which was quite strong for Fortescue. We'll probably be targeting close to $5 next if this uptrend continues, while $3.60 would be a major support level for Fortescue.
Okay, more broadly, a fairly solid day on the market given the pretty soft leads we had. It seems that the cyclicals are outperforming, Tim.
In the morning, the cyclicals were outperforming significantly. It was only a couple of the defensive sectors which were in the red, but we've seen a little bit of a pair back in the market. The sector's a little bit more mixed now, but certainly there are a few stand-ups. Definitely the iron ore sector, Fortescue, Rio, Atlas Iron were all trading higher. We've also seen property performing quite well today, Telstra performing well, which was a little bit surprising giving the preference for cyclicals we saw this morning, and also some of the takeover targets in the market at the moment. Sundance Resources, it's trading up higher. Discovery Metals is up over 5% after its bids turned hostile. One significant sector which is underperforming the market is the IT sector. It's off almost 3%. We've got SMS Management Technology, that's off almost 20%, and also Computershare trading down almost 2%, which is pulling that sector lower. But risk appetite during the day just slowing a little bit from what we saw. We saw some good momentum in the last hour or so on Wall Street, and that flowed through to our market in the morning's trade. But some consolidation on the market would be healthy. The market's been performing quite well since the start of June. It's up something like 12 or 14% since that time. So there hasn't been any significant pullbacks. The pullbacks in the market have been quite shallow, and then it's continued to move higher. So at the moment, looking like this momentum could continue. Certainly should see some buyers come in if there is a pullback in the market, and that should provide some support.